the treasurer, who is to the right of the chairman, Joyce Koki, and welcome to KBC.
Thank you so much.
And we also have got the coach of the Deaf Table Tennis Federation. His name is John Ojiambo. Coach, karibu.
Asante.
And also, I'd like to inform you that you've had two voices, and so we've got two additional sign language interpreters in studio, and they are Walter Ingaji and Rispa Gishohi, who are here with us, and they will be helping you get the visual of the conversation that we've had. Chairman, I will start with you, and you were telling us the story about the founding of table tennis for the deaf people in Kenya. Give us that story, where it started, which year, you know, and how the interest grew for you to have this federation.
Thank you once again. The Deaf Table Tennis Federation of Kenya, it was registered as a sport under Government of Kenya. When was it registered? It was registered in August of 2022. It gives deaf a voice and also an opportunity for them to play table tennis in Kenya and to help them in competitions, both national and international competitions.
And I will come to you, Treasurer Joyce, and what over the last 3 years, ever since your the federation was registered in August 2022, what have been the little success stories around the sport and the impact it has had, you know, fun, developing skills, and people meeting?
Thank you so much. From the time Deaf Table Tennis started, I started as a treasurer, and as you have heard from the chairperson, we definitely opened an account from ABSA, and since then we have been doing different competitions and registering different players from different counties. Of course, they pay a charge when they register, and which now all this brings together all of the players, and we also are able to pay some of the bills using the registration fees.
Just to add on that, what has been the response to, you know, from the deaf community with this new sport coming in, and how often you now started getting into these general activities of playing table tennis every week, starting with Nairobi and going to other parts of the country? I could start with you, Chairman, and then Treasurer.
Okay. How is the approach out there? We start from grassroots. We have 7 different counties that we approach them to register into teams or clubs, and we are able to help them, bring them together, nurture their talent, and make it possible for them to participate in the national competitions. So, for example, we start in schools, different schools, where we possibly have children who have this talent for playing table tennis. We see this talent and we approach them, we recruit them and help them to grow up to national competitions.
All right, Joyce, up to you.
From the time we launched the federation, we have had different players from different counties. We have from Machakos County, we also have from Kajiado, Nairobi, in Mombasa and in Kitale. They are there but the challenges we also find is that getting them to come to Nairobi for training becomes a challenge, and that's why we would really wish to get something for them to be able to travel all the way so that they can be able to come and train. Yes, they register. For example, the last national trials, we had over 40 people where we mobilized from Kajiado, Nairobi, and Machakos, but different other counties had a challenge. They were really interested to come, but the finance challenge limited their coming.
Well, we've had from Joyce Koki, who is the treasurer of the Deaf Table Tennis Federation of Kenya, and the chairman Charles Butai, who are here. And also, they came together with their coach. And chairman, just give us a background on how you eventually selected John Ojambo as the coach of the national team to make sure that your players have got the right skills as they get into serious competitions like the upcoming Deaf Olympics.
Thank you for that question. I remember when we registered and got the certificate for the sport, we decided to meet other people, maybe who could help us with coaching. So one person asked me, where are you training, or where are you going to coach these people? Where are you going to coach them? So he gave me the contact of the coach, and we asked him to come and to help coach our players. So he came and helped us train them. He can also explain more how we came to start working together and how we selected him. And we know that he helped us a lot through training the international, or selecting the international team. He's been training them, so it has been easy, and we know he helps us a lot. And we know he can help our players with the program, with the schedule. We communicate with him to come whenever we have trainings. He comes and coaches them. Yeah, he's an international coach, and for the first time he teaches basics and many things, the rules. So we started, and up to now we are still together.
Well, and at this point, let me introduce the coach, John Ojambo, who is the coach of the National Deaf Table Tennis Team. Coach, you know, the day you got, someone said, I want you to work with this group of people, what was your reaction, you know, working with the Deaf Table Tennis Federation?
Yeah, thank you for giving me this time. So that time I got to interact with them, it was a little bit challenging because I doesn't know the sign language. So it was a little bit hard, but I said, let me try. And we are now together, playing and giving them.
Unaweza changanya na Kiswahili tu.
Sawa. So tuko pamoja, tunafanya mazoezi na hiyo kazi vile ilikuwa ni challenging sana, napata hiyo pia kujifunza pia hiyo lugha yao, ndio niweze pia kujua vile naweza waambia. Sasa zile pengine interpreter hayuko.
And coach, let's just talk about this. When you started with them and introducing them to the basics, what are the simple things that everyone should know when it comes to table tennis, from holding the bat, movements, and also how to, be quick on your feet as you play at your end of the table?
So first we start with how to hold the racket, then bounce, both sides, backhand and forehand. Then after that, how to position yourself on the table. Then the movement comes later. But the basic is how to bounce the ball fast. Yeah.
Then, as somebody improves, helping them, know how to be how to stand at the table and how to move quick when playing and how to also, control the ball around the table.
Pardon?
Unajua ukiwa mchezaji sasa, umenifunza ndio msingi.
Yeah.
Kitu cha msingi. Sasa naweza upepete ule mpira na lile gongo, alafu sasa tufike sasa kuweza kuwa pale kwa meza. Ili mtu akiniwekea upande wa kulia, naweza ruka upande wa kulia, upande wa kushoto, kucheza kushoto, na pia kuna wale wanautonga ule mpira ili kujua hizo mbinu zote.
Ya, kuna mazoezi yake hiyo kama ya kusonga hivi. Na lazima move at in a certain position ndio uweze unaweza kuona ile mpira vizuri ikikuja tukiwa pale kwa meza. Na hiyo movement kuna ile tunafanya pia kwa ladder. Hiyo ladder inasaidia sana juu pia ile agility. Unaweza move aje kwa meza, sideways, mbele, nyuma. Yeah.
Yeah. And it is now time to, get to learn how to speak table tennis in sign language. So, it is time to observe, and chairman is here, Joyce is here, and so coach, I'll start with the first one. Table. How you indicate table in sign language. So, chairman or Joyce, one of you. That is?
That is table tennis.
Table.
Table tennis.
Table tennis. Okay?
Table.
Now, let us now move on to net. The net.
Net. Net.
So you, front, back, and back. Okay? That is the net. The bat. The bat, the one that you strike with.
You can. It has two sign names, so you can either sign this way or this way.
Okay, and the ball now.
Ball. This way. Ball. Yeah.
Okay, now let us move on to another word, service.
Service is signed this way.
So when I, normally what I would do is, that is service.
Yeah.
Return, once you serve to me and I want the ball to get back, to come back, or when you play the ball back to me, that return.
You sign it this way, then he'll return it the second time. First time, the player serves, and then the other one, after serving, it's not a must you say them, but they'll return it to you.
Okay.
The opponent will hit it back. So we just deal with the first server, and then the other one will return the ball. So when he serves, the opponent will return it back.
Aha. Now let's also talk about the strokes. There is the forehand. Coach, utanisaidia hapa pia. Forehand.
Forehand ni upande wa mbele.
Kucheza na upande wa mbele.
Yeah. Backhand ni upande wa nyuma wa mkono.
So, yes. So that coach has got that language right. So there you have it. Now then we come to the other point, and this is where it's very important for people to understand, because this was put into use on the 21st and the 22nd. Officiating table tennis, how then are you able to inform a player maybe that the ball has not gone over the net, maybe it has bounced twice on their side of the table, or it may have touched the edge and gone out, the infringement. Unaweza tusaidia hapo, coach and chairman and Joyce, you can help us interpret all that.
Okay, kuna hiyo kitu kama hiyo imeguza net, na tunasema gani let. Ni let ni kama stop. So hapo kustop, alafu namuonesha makosa ile imefanyika.
Haya.
Maybe kuna ile kutoss. Iko supposed kuwa ball, iko supposed kuwa in an open palm. Alafu ukirusha pia inafaa ikuwe centimeters fulani, inches. Kwa chini ya hiyo pia ni makosa. So inafaa ikuwe around 16 kuendelea.
Sasa kumwelezea kwamba kuna hajafanya navyofaa, tuonyeshe kwa lugha ya ishara. Sasa na chairman and treasurer wanaweza tuonyesha.
Sasa tunasema let, then unamuonesha pengine ni hiyo toss iko nzuri, unamuonesha hiyo height ya mpira, hiyo bounce iko sawa.
Okay. Joyce.
So when there is a service, remember we also have deaf people who are experts, and we also have interpreters. They are able to point out these areas, and they are able to help a deaf person who has served. Whenever the coach has a challenge, or the umpires have a challenge, we have deaf table tennis experts and interpreters.
Okay. So for example, the let, or if the ball, you play the ball and it goes outside of the table, just give, you could get to know the sign that is used to indicate that this player has, your opponent has won a point, or if it's the opponent who's made a mistake, that you have won a point.
Okay. I have an experience in this table tennis. So for the deaf, how do we communicate? We have the umpires. They are responsible. These people are responsible for counting the scores. So it's possible for them to inform this person, you made a mistake, or be it touched the net, and give the ball to the server, or this one wins the point. So it's easier to explain from the umpire's position. It's easier, they understand first from umpires. It's possible to communicate also with the coach, but it's easier to use the umpires who are counting and recording the score, and then they'll give it to the coach. That's how we communicate with the deaf. When we're playing table tennis, we don't have that challenge. It's easier to say you missed a point, or you've gotten a point, or you are wrong, and maybe give this person to serve. Yeah, so he gives the other person to serve. It's easier. Maybe say you did this, it touched the net, or it went over, and the point goes to this other person. Or we also have interpreters It's possible to call an interpreter, say, maybe explain to this player this happened this way, and this is why you're getting the point or you're losing the point. Because we have interpreters who move around the tables.
Okay.
I have something to add, just as a point to add from the chairpersons. Remember that deaf people use their vision a lot, and so it becomes very easy. We hardly have to argue because it is something that we can clearly see with our eyes.
Very, very well. And remember that they held their trials for the Deaf Olympics that will be taking place in Tokyo, Japan, 15th to the 26th, held at the Goan Institute. That was on the 21st and 22nd of August. And I will start with you, Coach. Tueleze, unaona mchezo ukiimarika hapa nchini, ukiangalia kwa miaka mitatu ambayo umekuwa nao, umefika kiwango kipi?
Yeah, naona tukisonga mbali. Sababu ile tulianza ndio ilikuwa shida. So at least hata kuna wengine wale kuja kufanya mazoezi na wale wanasikia pale nafunza. So hivyo kidogo kidogo naona tukisonga mbali sana. Lakini challenge ile tuko nayo ni kuwa vifaa za kucheza kama hizo rackets, balls na meza. Ndio vitu zinatusumbua sana.
Na viatu pia, viatu na sakafu yake, kwa sababu huu mchezo unahitaji sakafu ambayo ni kama ya mpira.
Yeah.
Na viatu ambavyo zina grip.
Yeah, inashika chini.
Ambayo inaweza
kuteleza.
Yes, ambayo haiwezi teleza.
Yeah.
Higher. Let me come back to you, Treasurer. You mentioned about 40, players coming in from outside Nairobi. Tell us how that weekend was as you held the trials to select the team for the Deaf Olympics scheduled for Tokyo later this year.
The 40 players, as you have mentioned, we had, of course, having the support from the coach, we had different teams that were contesting using a poll. From the polls, we were able to pick the number, to reduce the number by the contestant, and then we also had the round robin, which we were able to pick the 8 final players. We definitely, the support we got from the technical team, from the coach, was immense, and I really have to commend them for that.
And Chairman, and this is where I'm looking at, now that, when you've selected these players, what is it that the International Deaf Olympics Committee wants from players who you have selected? How many numbers would they accept Kenya to have in Tokyo, and the plan to have these players participate in those championships? That is between now, we are now into September, so you basically have got September and October to prepare the players.
Yes, thank you. Before, we had national trials where in the 22 last month at Goan Institute. What was the aim for these selections? We wanted to get the best players to represent Kenya in Tokyo. We're starting from this September to when we go to Tokyo. We got different players over all the counties who came to participate in these nationals. We had a technical team also, which helped us and to select the players. How was the selection process? What did we do? We had 40 players, but we had about 25 boys, and also we had about 40 girls who are participating. So some of these were students who were participating, but we didn't have an age limit. We don't have an age limit in table tennis. It's possible for anyone to start from 7 years old to 40 years old. You can participate. We know other athletes or other sports have age limit, but this one doesn't have an age limit. We don't have an age limit in table tennis. You can play either you're a boy, you're a student, you're in grade 1, you can participate. It doesn't matter. You can find a very small boy who beats a very mature man. Yeah, it's possible. So we just select the best players, and our aim to get the best for Kenya to take them to Tokyo. So how many players? We might take about 12 players. Maybe 6 boys and 6 girls. So a total of 12. And maybe these would represent Kenya in Tokyo.
So, and looking at this, are there any competitions that you could be involved in between now, in September and October, before the final team for the Deaf Olympics is named?
We are planning for the camp. This camp, we will have a lot of training from this particular camp, and definitely that's why we are seeking for support from government. After the selection, the main thing that happens is the training. At City Stadium, there are always trainings, and there are many competitions there. But the main focus that we are having right now is the camp.
All right. Thank you. For that, we'll be coming to you, and for the closing one, because there is one plea that we'd like you to make out there. But right now, let's move over to Dar es Salaam. We'll be speaking with Jeffrey Lair, and Tanzania are also playing their FIFA World Cup qualifiers this week, and but also a quick wrap on what went down, with them for the Chan Pamoja 2024. A very good morning to you, Jeff. Good morning, Jeffrey. All right. You could wake Jeffrey up, but all right. Jeffrey, a very good morning to you.
Good morning to you guys.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. So, first of all, a full wrap of how it went down when it comes to the Chan Pamoja 2024. Your take home, having been in Dar es Salaam, and also, keeping your eye on Zanzibar for this tournament.
It's amazing by our own East African football standards. People should remember that none of these 3 countries has ever had the privilege to comes to national teams. The farthest we've seen is a few CAF Champions League and CAF Confederations matches here and there. We've seen 2 finals from Tanzanian clubs in the past 3 seasons, and that's all we've had to be proud of. So for the 3 countries to come together and showcase what they can do as far as hosting a national team tournament is concerned, I think it's a huge credit to the governments involved, to the football associations, and every stakeholder who was, in a way or the other, directly or indirectly involved in this whole process. So it took amazing time. Much respect to the football fans in Nairobi and Kampala, and even in Tanzania, those who made their time to the stadiums. It was definitely a good learning experience, and we can take this. There is enough credit and enough experience for what awaits us in 2027 when we'll be hosting the biggest of them all, the AFCON tournament that will be held in East Africa.
Well, let's talk from a football perspective because we're heading into World Cup qualifying week. The assessment of the national team and major announcements that were made, I think Friday or Saturday, there was, that huge, there was that press conference about the team announcement. Takeouts from that.
Three teams, as in the Harambee Stars,
For the Taifa Stars specifically.
Yeah, for the Taifa Stars, a bit of a different team has been called. This time we see players like Mbwana Ali Samata, who plays in League One with Le Havre, who plays in Iraq with Al Talaba. We've also seen the player who recently joined Simba from Wydad Casablanca on loan, Selemani Mwalimu, 19 years old, having played in the FIFA Club World Cup and making history as the first ever Tanzanian to showcase his talents at the biggest stage of them all. All of those players have been included in the national team. There have been a few omissions from some of the players who made the final CHAN squad, and that was obviously to be expected because the CHAN squad was full of players who have never had any prior experience with the national team, and some of those players are the ones who have been omitted. So I think it's a decent team, and we wait and see how the performances will be.
Well, the performances, actually, Tanzania, 3 wins, 2 losses so far in these qualifiers. And the next opponents are Congo, Brazzaville, and away. And on Tuesday evening, it's Niger at home. Your outlook on these 2 matches, and even considering that Tanzania is in what would be considered a more difficult pool because only 5 sides in it.
Obviously, the matches will not be any easy, and in our group we have, I think, Morocco, who stand a very good chance of qualifying in this round. If they win their 2 fixtures, I think they'll be sealing the automatic qualifying bar from the group. But nevertheless, the rest of the teams have to play and compete, and I think Tanzania has enough experience of playing and winning away. As a matter of fact, the Tanzanian national team has a knack of actually doing well away than at home. So I think we stand a good chance of winning away against Congo. I'm not so sure about the Niger fixture at home, although currently I think we have a bit of a better team than Niger, with all due respect. So we stand a good chance of even picking all the 6 points. So it's definitely a challenge to Ahmed Morocco and his technical staff and the players who are called up for these fixtures.
Well, overall, your outlook so far for Tanzania's performance in the qualifiers from the 5 matches they've played, 3 wins, 2 losses. As a final one from you.
We've had a mixed experience with the qualifiers. I think we lost to Morocco. We won away against Zambia. And after that is when we went for the AFCON qualifiers and we won against Guinea at home. So I think in this calendar year, 2025, the national team has played in a number of friendly matches, which means that a lot of players have enough experience, they have enough exposure. It's up to them to transfer what we've seen in the CHAN tournament, in some of the friendly matches in the previous qualifiers, to showcase what they've done and maybe pick up a good round of results. I'm not so confident with the chances Tanzania has when it comes to qualifying for the next FIFA World Cup. But then you never know. And football is one sport which gives everybody a fair of surprising. If Morocco win their 2 matches, I think they'll be qualifying automatically. But we still stand a very good chance of being one of the best second-place teams, and we can carry that to the qualifiers, because I think Africa has 9 automatic places and a few qualifying slots that will also include teams from, is it Oceania or Asia, one of those. So all we have is to win the matches that come in front to stand any chance, but I'm not so sure about automatic qualifying.
All right, thank you very much, Jeffrey. I know we'll be having great conversations over the week. It's been a pleasure, being with you every Monday over the past 1 month. This is something you should grow. But don't call me to speak bad Swahili on TZ television. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I think we've got to wrap this up. Patana mtandaoni. Jeffrey Leah, sports journalist from Tanzania. And as we wrap up this program, I'll let Joyce Koki, who is the treasurer of the Deaf Table Tennis Federation, make one call to support this team as they prepare for the Deaf Olympics. That will be taking place in Tokyo from the 15th to the 26th of November, 2025.
Thank you so much for that opportunity. I, as a treasurer, I would appeal to the government and any well-wisher to support us, ensure that we nurture the talents of these people with various things, including clothes, shoes, tools for their training, that is the ball and the ratchets, and all that. It will definitely make us shine when we go to the Deaf Olympics. We hope that the government will also help us. We know that many of these people are not well financially. They are struggling. And buying some of these things, the net, the tables and all, it's definitely an uphill. So we appeal to the government and any well-wisher to come and support us and see the talent in these people. Thank you so much.
Thank you. That is what I would like to say. And at the far end, we have got John Ojambo, who is the coach of the national Deaf Table Tennis team. We've got Joyce Koki, who's the treasurer of the Deaf Table Tennis Federation. We've got Charles Mutai, who's the chairman of the Deaf Table Tennis Federation of Kenya. They have been here with us, and you've been hearing two voices. One is Rispa Gishoki and also Walter Ngaji, who have been helping us with the sign language interpretation and also backing. We've got Anne Wangeshi. Thank you for being with us. Have a blessed September. My name is Daniel Wahome.
Want to enjoy free-to-air digital TV with crystal clear quality? Here's how to get started with Signet. Step 1. If you have a smart TV, you're good to go. If not, get yourself a digital set-top box. Next, connect your set-top box to an aerial and the aerial to your TV. Use RCA cables, yellow for video, red and white for audio, or simply plug in an HDMI